Hello, good morning. Welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. My health is improving, I guess. Not bad sickness Monday and Tuesday. It's still kind of lingering, whatever it was. Some sort of flu, I guess, influenza, something like that. This morning, we have Tijuana Oro. Introduced in 1966. Has the Mexican flag, this like Aztec bird. Tequila with natural flavors. Wow, it's so good they got to add natural flavor into it. Well, they do that probably to take away some of the nastiness. I asked them on the phone, Buffalo Trace, meaning Sazerac. This is bottled at Buffalo Trace. I said, why do I notice all these products saying natural flavors added now? And the guy said, well, for all of our low-end products, good terminology for it. He said about 5 years ago, we started adding natural flavor into all of them to kind of smooth it out, which to me was a nice way of saying take away the nastiness. All right, so that's the reason. We don't know what the flavoring is. It's probably not the same for each product, but they add it. Okay. But it is what it is. There's no website for this. Okay. Here is a real, legitimate product, I guess you could say. Hornitos, Black Barrel. Aged 18 months. And you can read the website link below. It describes the different steps. There's 3 steps in the 18-month process, aging steps, and it's produced, it's NOM 1102, and it's produced by the Sauza Tequila company. Sauza created Hornitos as like their higher grade brand, 100% blue agave brand, no mixto. The regular Sauza, many of them are mixtos, meaning they've got filler. It's not 100% agave. And it's not a fraud because it's allowed. The law in Mexico says, well, has to be 51% blue Weber agave. The other 49% can be things like corn. I meant to say sugar. I think it could be anything as long as it has the flavor and aroma generally associated with tequila. So it's just like a bourbon that has to be 51% corn. Doesn't have to be 100% corn. The other 49% can be any kind of grain. So that's the way that works. Are you allowed to make 100% corn bourbon? Of course, naturally. There is no top side requirement. It's just a bottom requirement. It has to be at least 51% corn. Or it could be 52%, 53. You know what I mean? Okay. Poured a little bit too much of the Hornitos. Irritatingly enough. I don't really want to use too much of this Tijuana Oro. Oro meaning gold. It's not going to be a challenge anyway. You'll see. Now look how light the Tijuana is. Clearly they're not wasting any money to add coloring. It's just pale, pale, pale. Pale straw color. That's like the lightest tequila I've ever seen. I guess their reasoning is it's $6.99 a liter anyway. No one's going to worry about the color. They're clearly buying it as a bar mixer, and that's clearly what they're doing. Okay, this one is dark gold, you see? Really almost into amber and copper. Yes. So very interesting. close my eyes. But like I say, I'm gonna guess it on aroma only. I've never seen Tijuana around here. I've only seen it in one town in my life, and that was Marrero, Louisiana, at a store called Savannah Discount. And I got the gold and the silver because it was $6.99 a liter. But it's around, you know, been around 55 years, wowing no one, pleasing some, servicing the rest, you know, just being adequate, I'm sure. But it makes money for Sazerac, so what the heck? Bottle at Buffalo Trace. Are you going to see it on the Buffalo Trace website? No. They do feature a vodka, Wheatley. They're proud of that one. That was developed by their distillery master, Mr. Wheatley. So, yeah, pretty good product. Kind of inexpensive, too. Right. This smells like tequila with natural flavors. I think the natural flavors in this case could be like lemon zest. Yeah, like give it a little citrusy note, tolerable, cover up some badness. I don't know. It's just, and then I see people, they do videos quite often, beer usually, but other things, and they'll say, oh, when I see natural flavors, I get spooked. I get nervous because I know that's not true. Natural flavors is nothing but chemicals. And I say, wrong, wrong, wrong. But that's just, they don't know. They're ignorant of what a natural flavoring is. But it's kind of bad, you know, really, when you look at their channel and they're going on these rants about it. And then I'm thinking, you ought to do some research, you know, try to find out more about what you're talking about. So then it'll seem more like that, well, you know what you're talking about. Smell like smoke, cigarette ashes, charred oak wood. Yeah, that's the Hornitos. I have tags below the glasses, but obviously that's unnecessary by virtue of the extremely dark tequila versus the lightest tequila in the world. Max Walt says, good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, Max Walt, in the Russian Federation. So the whole thing about a challenge, no, this is not a challenge. It's simply an exercise just to progress through each one. But it would be impossible to mix the two up. They don't look the same. They don't smell the same. Let's see about the taste, just for what it's worth. Yeah. Tijuana. I've never been to Tijuana. Now, I have been to that state, Baja California del Norte. But I went to Tecate. Didn't tour the brewery. I didn't have time, but I walked around. Everybody was sad. The World Cup had just ended and Mexico lost. It was a weird experience to go to a city crowded with people in the central square with these big television screens set up. And they were showing the like post-game show on it. And they're all walking around with their faces down like they're all depressed. And I was like, it's a weird experience. But I would like to go to Tijuana. Yeah. The most remarkable thing about this tequila is that it's not remarkable. It's no better or worse than all the other run-of-the-mill tequilas that I've experienced. It's just normal, like guy's eyes, you know. It's just Same old thing. It's not bad, but you would have trouble picking it out from all the other products. Kind of like these beers, you know, people will argue back and forth about, oh, Miller High Life, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Miller High Life, Pabst Blue Ribbon, oh, Milwaukee. And then you taste them all and you're like, except for subtle differences, they pretty much all like the same thing. Yeah, and it's the same thing with tequilas, except for, aside from subtle differences, they more or less all the same thing. Now, is that the case with this one? No. You got this heavy char, and it's almost like cornbread. Still gave it an A. Let's look up something here. Let's see. Tijuana. Oh, no. I watched all the video reviews for this black barrel that I could find. And I found a pretty good amount. Some people really liked it, but there were other people that hated it. They were like, oh, this stuff's nasty. It's terrible. So I don't want you to be under the impression that everybody loved it. They did not. Some people, it's nasty, had a harsh flavor, tasted burnt, tasted like other kind of nasty things. They had trouble describing it. You know, it is kind of a strange thing to describe. But no, they were definitely not in adulation, universal adulation for it. No. Can't find the product. Let's see. Tijuana. No, that's no good. Let's see. Let's try this. Try this. Try this. Try this. I'm trying to get a description of Tijuana from a liquor store website, perhaps. Here we go. To liquor store online. You can order liquor online. Maybe it's legit. Maybe you don't ever see your money in the product. But I love reading these descriptions. Tijuana Oro. No, let me take that back. I think this is also sold at Elio's Wine Warehouse in New Orleans, Louisiana. Yeah, I've seen it there. Elio's. Okay, this is the big handle bottle. Oh, no, 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 no. No wonder I would never order from these people. This is a joke. This has got to be some kind of scam website. Who in the world would pay $58.89 for a full-size bottle? Are you out of your mind? Do you think we're out of our minds? Okay, Shop Right Wine Company, Little Falls, what? Little Falls, New Jersey. Okay, now we're getting more into the real world. $19.99 for a handle. Well, not exactly a great price, but a little bit more reasonable. Yeah. Oh, well, I was hoping for a description, but I can't find one. I was going to see all the great things they say about Tijuana Oro. Tijuana Oro. Let's see. Tijuana Oro Helios wine. Helios Wine Warehouse. Let's check this out. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw it there. What are they? Golly. Little pepper note, like real thin bell pepper. So the tequila flavor is really thin. Now, it might appeal to you because if you say, I like really subtle flavors, I like stuff to be thin. And you like kind of think of it as like a light beer to beer. Light beer to beer is like, what do you call it? An analogy? Light beer to beer is as Tijuana Oro to tequila. It's just a very watered down version of it. Yeah. They sell in 85 different tequilas? Huh. In that small store. Hard to believe. But they do seem to utilize their space. Here we go, Tijuana. Okay, well, they don't have the Oro. They got the silver. Well, that's okay. $10.99 for a liter, we would hope. Yeah, see, that's a lot more expensive than I paid. $4 more. Huh. No description. There's nothing. It's just like it exists. It exists, and that's all it does. So sorry that couldn't help y'all, but the Dixie Bass Man says, good morning, Ron. Good morning to you. DBM and Isle of Fire says, morning, Ron. Good morning to you. So one more time, the Tijuana Oro does have a nice Aztec type bottleneck, and you can feel it. It's kind of filigree, like it has texture to it. Kind of a not that great looking label. Still, the bird is textured, Mexican flag. But, it's not a terrible label, but it looks pretty basic. Looks like something you would see underneath the bar. Like they say, who counts the money? Underneath the bar. All right. Thank you. Good analogy. Thank you. I'm not very good at analogies, like I pulled that one off, but normally I would come out with something like the smoker you drink, the player you are, come out like that. The smoker you drink, the player you are. All right. Anyway, everything about Hornitos looks nice. The bottle design, the smoked bottle, the embossed glass. Jalisco, Mexico in 1950 when they came out with Hornitos. The beautiful kind of foil looking paper label. The cork, the real cork, the wooden cap. It was $26 when I bought it, but Walmart had it for $13. And I bought it for $13. 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 Ha ha. All right. Alafar said, haha. Oh, look, there's daylight. Oh, look. How could it be daylight at 6:05 a.m.? Is this the way the world really works? The skies are blue. Yeah, that's how it really works when time is normal, not pretend time. And then they got all these people, they must have a lot of free time on their hands, or they think that what they say is funny. It isn't. But they'll be putting all these memes on Facebook talking about, oh, golly, yeah, it's dark outside. Yeah, it must be midnight. And then there's a little dog saying, no, it's only 4 in the afternoon. And I'm like, man, you didn't notice over the last 40 years that they had daylight savings time? This is remarkable to you? And so they putting it up there like it's some wonderment, like it's wonderment. I can't believe it. I'm so full of wonder, so full of shock that it's getting dark at 4 p.m. Well, I don't know where you've been, but anyway, it's hard to deal with that. I don't mean it's hard for me to deal with it. I can deal with it because I just say, look at this. It's hard to deal with it as far as trying to discuss it with people and make them to understand that this is not remarkable. BC's beer reviews. Oh, BC's beer reviews, regardless of if it's a bottle or a can, he's probably going to review the beer. Good morning to you, Ron. And good morning to you, BC. Would I recommend Tijuana Oro? Yeah, but it's barely Oro. You know what I'm saying? It's barely gold, but it is technically gold. Does have a good flavor. I'll admit that. It's actually a really enjoyable flavor. Would I get a liter for $8.99? I would. Would I pay $10.99 like they got it at Elio's? I would not. Would I ever buy it again? No. I have no, it's going to last me years anyway. So, you know, but it's fine. You know, it's fine. I wouldn't give it as a gift, you know, but excuse me, Hornitos Black Barrel. Yeah, that's a gift. That's a gift tequila. That's a nice one. You know, you give that as a gift, you know. And that's where we stand. All right. Thanks, everybody. And see y'all for Friday with 2 events, taste challenges. And this one be the last of tequila for a good while. It ain't going to be a challenge. I'm not going to confuse Montezuma tequila with the Black Barrel Hornitos. No, but it'll be a little bit more interesting. The Montezuma's in the top 10 selling tequilas. Yeah, I know. It's a bar brand. It's a rail brand. It's a well tequila. I get that. But I see it everywhere. Everybody sells it. Walmart sells it. Mathern sells it. Winn-Dixie, everybody. You know, it's just common. Never had the Montezuma Blue. With some kind of weird liqueur, but but I'm not going to buy it. But anyway, that's it. You actually sound better today. I feel better. Not great, but it's clearing up, you know. See ya. Bye, everybody. So y'all take care, and we'll be back for that. And then Friday night, evening for Fandango Friday, liquors and or liqueurs.